Bienvenido de nuevo, el magnate del cartel. Welcome back, everybody, to Cartel Tycoon. I hope you're having a great day today. We're going to be kicking this off with the continuation of the main quest today. I'm pretty excited. Monteleone is about to come to us. We have a little bit of a terror level issue, but I have frozen the star, so there's not really a whole lot of risk of it being a big deal. And there are some avocado fields here. I guess I could possibly just take them over militarily, but it's like, I can always rebuild them anyway, right? I think that's probably fine. So we're just going to go ahead and have Paulina go ahead and burn the buildings instead. It's a lot faster. I don't have to worry about it anymore. And it's going to just take it out, be good to go. And I'll have her wait in the town for the continuation of the main quest. Now, we also have our buddy here who is going to have us probably dropping the terror level here with his whole, like, find the spy thing again. So we're going to wait until we really need that to happen. Body and soul is the next thing that this mayor wants. Bring cannabis to Monteleone for the party. So we need to deliver 100 dried cannabis to Monteleone City. That seems like a fairly easy thing to do. All I need to do is add the city as a source. And then I'm going to go ahead and tell the cargo in this building to now accept dried cannabis specifically. And so we're just going to do that. And I don't know if it's going to only target just that bit, but I'm hoping it does. So we now should have a whole bunch of dried cannabis making its way over into this building. And again, I'm hoping that the trucks leave and bring it directly to the town. But it doesn't look like it's leaving immediately. Where's it going? Where are you going? Yes, there it is. Okay. So they're going to bring the dried cannabis over to here. They need to deliver 100 units of that. While that's happening, is there anything we could do, like, terror-wise? I think I want to take these buildings right here. Because, again, we're about to drop that terror with the spy thing. So I think I'm going to take these buildings so I can start using them. Makes sense to me. We'll get Mark in here with his speed and his strength and stuff as well. When Capo returns, we'll have him come over and help out as well. And then everybody else is doing something, you know? Everyone else is busy in my organization. I suppose I could have Wagner do it, but I don't really want to. I don't really want to do anything with Wagner. He's not that good, you know? Other than get rid of him, I don't really want to do much with Wagner. People have talked about the assassination trait and maybe using that to get rid of Wagner, and I think that's a fantastic idea. I really don't need him on my team. Okay, so we're going to take these things in the next couple of days. Terror is going to keep rising here, and that's okay. I want it to rise as much as possible before I talk to this guy. I just have to make sure that this doesn't go away before I talk to him. So you two are now going to move to this building and take that as quickly as you can. Nope, that's not what I wanted. I always do that. Why do I keep doing that? Go like that. All right, I'm going to take that building. And I could have Kumar come and do it too. Kumar can come over and take this. That's fine. It's 5-on-1 there. That's good. All right. Now, since he's on his way there, we'll go ahead and talk to this guy now. And do you like the sound of your own voice? Yes. We need to find the mole. Very good. And that's it. So we find the mole. We drop the terror down. Everything's great. All right. Mark, I'm going to have you come back over here with your cannabis cultivator and just continue providing bonuses in that area. And we probably can eliminate these transport companies. I kind of want to move the buildings, to be honest. They're powered down, and I'm thinking, well, let's just check out, like, the ratio of what we got going on here, right? This drying rack is just waiting. It's doing almost nothing, right? And I feel like if we drop a residence over here instead, we could start continuing this area and get that set up with dirty money instead. We have quite a bit of it still sitting around in residences. Not this one, but it's sitting around in a lot of these other ones. 31,000 in this. I need to upgrade that when I can, I suppose, with research. How's my research doing right now? We're researching warehouse 3 at the moment, and that looks like the last thing I queued up. So that plus transport company 3 will be good. But I would like to get the next level residence. I think is going to be a great thing as well. So in the tier 3 area, we should see residences somewhere in here. Looks like it's right there after the Aerodrome. That's an interesting requirement, but okay. That plus the River Pier 3 is an awesome bit as well here. So we probably want to get River Pier 3 queued up too. So let's do that, and then We'll grab Aerodrome, and then we'll grab the Residence 3 from there. So queue up a whole bunch of research, so we're never sitting still with it. I think that's a good idea. Kamar, you can go back, move back over here. And Paulina's just going to chill out, I think, over in Monteleone here, because we might need to do some other aggressive negotiations there. And, you know, honestly, we have the ability to move product with, like, this guy. So we could possibly go over and find... Is there any warehouse here that's just, like, full? It's all coffee, right? Like, everything is coffee. I've switched these 2 fields to cannabis already. And I think this is the only coffee field I have in this area right now. Well, there's these 2 too, I guess. Yeah. We're going to switch this one to cannabis. Yeah, that one's already switched. This one's not. So we'll have this coffee field and that coffee field, and everything else is cannabis flowing through the dryers to get to the transport company, right? Yeah, I think maybe what we'll do is we could just have some of that stuff stored here, but the warehouses are still going to pull it out. So I think this is probably the best course of action, just letting the transport company do it. Because if I start pulling it out myself, yeah, I'm not going to be able to, is what I'm saying, because they're going to constantly move it. There's never a stored supply of dried cannabis. And because of that, you know, we should probably add more fields, which is what this area over here is supposed to be doing. So if I go to something like this, say we have lots of fertility over here, we could add, you know, to everything here. So if I go plantation, and add it over here, it's just too steep. This non-buildable areas and stuff, right? This is because the land is kind of rough. So it's like swampy land, or, you know, just land that's unsuitable to build anything on. Narratively, that's what they're going with. So that's part of the San Rafaela DLC, is that there's land out here that you can use, but it's not just like super usable, you know, like the previous map was. That's how it's described in their trailer anyway. So we'll go with 1, 2, 3, 4 more cannabis fields like that. We're gonna do another one there. Oh, not gonna let me. Okay, right there. Yep, and right here, and one more right here if possible. 99. I could take 99. I'm all right with 99. All right, let's see what these roads need to be. We'll gravel roads. It looks like I can probably go right through here with that road, plus this one, plus this one. And on this side's already connected with asphalt, but it might be faster to bring things over if I go this direction with it. So I'm going to make an alternate route and just have that hooked up there like that. And that should be pretty fast. Plenty fast. I don't think there's a need for 2 transport companies here, but as long as I'm not going to use the space, there's no reason to, you know, delete it or anything. So I'm going to put a place of residence. I'm thinking residence can go right here. Can cover a large percentage of the things that this thing doesn't cover. And actually right where the transport companies are. Right where the transport companies are is a better spot. It is. All right, fine. We're going to delete them anyway. It's like, it's a very cheap thing to rebuild these things, so it doesn't bother me. Make sure that these roads are all connected to the field so we can bring product there. We're going to have these roads redone so it's a little bit more smooth going through there. And then I think we'll pop the residence right there. And it can manage all these things. And it should, I think, have the river pier in range. It'll be able to do things. I think. Could be. Okay, I'm going to let it run for a little bit until we have the dried cannabis delivered here and we can continue the story. In the meantime, though, I do want to actually, you know what? While we're waiting for that, instead of like letting time pass or whatever, how about we set up the other stuff? I want to get into a new product. All right, we got these chemical plants that we've made. They're for hydrochloric acid, but we still need methamphetamine, right? That's what we need the tier 2 chemical plant for, which is materials. Yeah. So we have access to tier 2 now, and that gives us methamphetamine. All right. There's a lot of fertility for methamphetamine around here. And I think if I was to go like soil quality is 100% for it right here, right? So if I go like that, we can get at least 1 for methamphetamine here. Okay. So what I want to see what happens here I'm not sure, but what I want to see what happens if I turn this warehouse on. I need it all to be legal money for now. So if I turn these things on, they're going to start producing the hydrochloric acid, right? Then we get the chemical plant in, right? And then for production's sake, the workshop, actually, can a tier 2 workshop do this stuff? I mean, I thought it could, but yeah, it could do that. Yeah, it's methylamine. So if it does methylamine, it's just going to require... That's the workshop. Sorry. I need the lab is what I need. That's the building I'm missing right here. The lab. I need the lab to do methylamine. Tier 2 lab. That's what we're looking for. We got it figured out. Okay. 3 Amanos up here. So this lab, I'm going to put this right on this side, I think. Right here. And I think this lab can probably handle everything that's going to be made over here. So we got chemicals going, chemical plant 2 over there, and then it doesn't let me build the road. Certainly not going to let me build it across the road. So it's just going to be this asphalt road that they come in through here. Makes it maybe a little bit harder to defend. Man, maybe not, because like so what I'm thinking is like the cops spawn here, right? And then they just going to go this way, and it's like my people have to recover and get this direction, right? So that won't be very good. But I suppose if I have somebody set up over here to respond, it's not a big deal. All right, so what we need is methylamine here, plus the hydrochloric acid, and that's going to create methamphetamines. Now, you can also add precursor, which is going to make things a little bit more efficient on the other end. So instead of having 33.7 to make 7, we hit this, and now we have 33.7 making 14. However, we're not making precursor. We don't have any supply of that. I think we'd maybe be able to purchase it. If we had the right buildings in our town, we could probably purchase it. But we don't have the ability to create it ourselves at the moment because we don't have chemical plant 3. I believe chemical plant 3 is what's required to make the precursor. So we're going to be maybe half of our output than we would normally have here, okay? All right, so this warehouse is established for all of these things, and you are now full, but you have nowhere to take it, I guess. So the warehouse should be doing this. Unsure why you're not bringing... You are connected, right? I mean... I'm not sure why that would even matter, but it doesn't seem to be going and getting it. Oh, I have to select it. My bad. All right, so we're going to say... we're going to allow precursor in here. Methamphetamines, hydrochloric acid, methamphetamines here. Sorry, methylamine. This is methamphetamines. And then that's it, I think, with that cargo. And then we also need you to manage whatever we're stuffing it in, which in this case, I think is probably going to be coffee. Try to send coffee out this way, too. And then to send coffee out this way, we're going to probably go ahead, turn this off eventually. But I'm going to say coffee. Coffee. And then logistically, I think... Maybe we disconnect this and I'll have my own lieutenants bring it. I think I'll have my own lieutenants bring that. So we'll have the transport company hooked up to this warehouse, which should provide that warehouse with coffee. So we should have coffee now directly delivered to this building. And in so doing, that transport company can send it over here. The other thing I can do is get another dedicated transport company to do something like that as well. So over on this side, I'm going to redo these roads. They're not in my way for my residents. Get rid of all these roads all the way out to this far. We could probably even get this out of here and just redraw that. And that truck is... Whoops. Hey, let's not do that. Yeah. That truck's going to keep going anyway. So we'll upgrade these roads. You let me. Excuse me. Asphalt, please let me upgrade road. It goes. And then we're going to place the residents in the perfect spot and then work all the roads around it. So this is going to want to cover... pretty much everything that other one doesn't. So this looks like the best spot for it right there. Yes. There's our residence. It's going to cover dirty money for everything there. Now that does not connect to this, but it gets all these buildings, and that's what I wanted. So custom connection to the river pier is fine with me. Then we'll say that the asphalt road goes here, and it's going to come straight across like this to connect to that. And then you are just asphalted up there on that side. And then we also need a way to quickly get this way. So we'll do something like that. Now you have a quick way to get everywhere you want to go. Fantastic. So in this spot here then, assuming the fertility is crap, which I don't think it's very good in this area. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's some little avocados, I suppose. We could put like a little avocado field over here just to give some diversity in what we're packaging things in. I suppose it's fine. I'll hit that. I'm going to go 9 on that and just leave it. But what I'm hoping to do here is to grab a transport company 2 and stick that kind of right in here. But I know we can use one here. And then I'm probably going to have one on this side too to send coffee. Can we, yeah, send this coffee over to where it needs to be. And then we'll ship coffee over to that side. Maybe even instead of it being here. Yeah, instead of that being there, we'll move it over here. This is easier for me because I don't have to worry about... This warehouse is in a bad spot. Upgrade it. Now it's in a good spot. Transport company here. So I don't have to worry about like moving things in a really complicated way. Now it's just automatically hooked up to the warehouse. And I think that's better. So put the transport company right there. All right. So expanding our enterprise. After all of that, we're still right back up to 800 grand in legal money. Fantastic. All right. So the lab is, of course, making all the things. That's pretty good. We can let it store some things for a while. And I also want to make sure that the ratios are good, right? So we need to see what we're waiting for. At the moment, you can see that we have a lot of hydrochloric acid, not a lot of methylamine, right? So this is creating methylamine. There's only one of them. So I need to upgrade a few of these other ones. So we'll upgrade this one and I'll upgrade this one. Because this is flipped from what I remember. So we actually need more of the methylamine and less of the hydrochloric acid. I thought those were flipped around. So my memory is, my memory is what it is. So we'll have to wait for these chemical plants to get upgraded. I may not even need 2 of these. I'm going to shut this off for a while just so we don't see this thing fill up. But the lab is going to need something in here to... Oh, you are holding coffee. Oh, that's not what you're supposed to... Oh, you're not supposed to hold that. No, you're not supposed to hold that. All right, I'm going to have one of my lieutenants go get that. Capo, come over here and do that. You're fine. Come over here and grab that stuff. There's just so much coffee. It's like I can do nothing to stop this from building up. I can put as many drying racks as I can. I can do drying racks forever in this area. And it doesn't seem like we can get it enough. We can get dried cannabis fast enough, to get that in there. It's kind of wild. All right, how are we doing here? 77 of them. We should have dried cannabis in storage here, though, right? Did we stop it? No, they just don't have anywhere to deliver it, so I guess that makes sense. All right, tell you what, let's temporarily disconnect the checkpoint from you, and we'll have you go back over and deliver things that way. Okay, so the second step for narco cassettes is up, so we're going to need to take a river pier building in order to reduce the terror and everything. So we need to take this river pier building. What I've done is I've got these guys over here, and this ship is just coming in, so we'll have Salvador help too, but I don't really think it's necessary. We have 2 strength on you, 3 strength on you. This is only owned by local thugs. It's not even a building that's owned by any serious gang, so I think we could probably just have these 2 do it. We won't need help, but just to do it as fast as possible, I kind of wanted to get everybody in on this. So he's considered fast. So as soon as that ship pulls in, he can then move over and take it as well. We'll take the river pier, and that will settle the narco cassettes, which is going to allow me to have the terror reduced past this point, which is going to be great. We have just the final dried cannabis is being delivered right now. So I can now have Monteleone no longer be a target. Turn this off now too. And also let's have just the standard coffee here probably is fine, because I think they're going to bring coffee. I don't know if they'll bring coffee directly here. So far, they're not doing that. They brought the packaged stuff instead. They won't do that anymore either. So we have a couple of things that have just happened though. So we have warehouse 3 now, and I think warehouse 3 is going to be great for certain areas like over in here where everything is really full. So we're going to take this one and upgrade it, And I'm going to go ahead and do this one as well. This warehouse says it can hold everything, which isn't really necessary, but I'm just going to let it happen. And then this one too. We're going to upgrade these 3 warehouses right now. And that kind of shuts this area down a little bit. There's still some trucks moving around, but I think these buildings, I'm not sure they work while we're upgrading them. I guess I need to take a look at that. I see the cars moving back into it, but I don't see them leaving the building. So I think this area no longer works while those are doing that. So yeah, okay. We're gonna need a workshop over here. So this thing is almost full on hydrochloric acid. We're starting to see these upgrades take place. So there's that one here, for example, and we can switch it over to methamphetamine instead. Be able to get some more in there. And then I now need a workshop in here. So tier 2 workshop. And if I put it right here, that would be good. Now start jamming away at making that stuff. And we'll go ahead and combine it with the coffee that we're going to deliver here. Is there fertility over here for coffee, though? Like, can I guess I could just have like a 30% quality and say whatever. I mean, it's something. Right? Our own local coffee supply would be okay here, I guess. We could even do avocados instead, you know? Just like mix it up. Have a couple of different things. Vegetables, maybe. You know what? Let's try avocados here instead. We'll get our own local source of avocados and we'll use that. Now, we just took that river pier, so that's going to drop our terror, and it should be way below that frozen mark, so we shouldn't have to worry about the cops anymore. You guys need to go back to doing what you were doing, because it was working out really well for maintaining maximum loyalty. Also, interesting note for you guys, they have fixed the game. They've released a patch that fixes that problem that I was having before. I am recording this the day before everyone else gets a hold of it. I'm on the 21st right now. So that would mean that you guys won't have to worry about that issue that I was experiencing. None of that stuff will matter for you. So that's great. Go ahead and have you connect there. And we can have, I think, probably an asphalt road put in. I want to give you the shortest route possible to getting into the river pier, but it looks like you have to go through this road. There's no way for me to make that happen, which would have been really nice. So since you have to go that way anyway, you might as well just have like a little roundabout thingy going on right here and call it good. And then I want to switch all these things to dirty money upkeep. So I'm going to upgrade this so I get that flow, get more vehicles, and yeah, I'm more capable of doing that, hopefully. Gravel roads to this side, avocados there. All right. Let's take a look. So this one's up. We want that to switch to, and then you are off. We'll see if we need you and what we need you to be in a little bit. The warehouse 2. I think we might as well just upgrade this one too. We get bigger trucks. They get to move more. It all seems fine. The fact that we can only build one thing at a time, though, is kind of slowing me down. But whatever. All right, we need to deliver 100 cocaine to Monteleone City. Oh, of all the things to deliver here, it's the one thing that I can't grow myself. At least not right now. I can set up kind of a minor little operation here for doing that, but I can't grow my own coca, right? That's the problem. So to do that, I will need chemical plant 1, hydrochloric acid that's over here, I guess, is probably. So I guess that's going to have to be set up over here because this is where all that stuff is being made. I actually have spare hydrochloric acid here. I'm overproducing it, so maybe that's not that big of a deal. We're going to have this stuff be packaged up in avocados. Let's do it coffee, because then we can probably get that delivered right now. So we'll say coffee here, and then methamphetamines right there, methamphetamine. Okay, so hopefully they begin to deliver coffee from this point, because I have connected that, haven't I? I think it's this one. Yeah, it's just off right now, but I've connected that up, so we should see coffee collected and delivered to this warehouse because it will support it. We just have to wait for everything to build. Since we're managing terror okay, it's okay if all these buildings are overflowing and stuff. That's not a big deal. There we go. So all these warehouses are able to store everything. Very good. Plantation 3 is probably next. So I got to dry more of this. I got to have more of everything, really. And then maybe we can put in, because we've got lots of coffee, we could probably put in another workshop over here, potentially. Have this transport company hook up to that, and we'll have you also... let's have you hook up to... should we hook you up over here? You can come over here and grab the product and move it for us. We don't have a transport company over here right now, so it's not very efficient to do it that way, though, is it? It's so much better to just place it over here in the beginning right away. And you just get the stuff and you send it out. I think that's just better. But we're going to have our own transport company over there, too. But I do need a way to process coca over here. All that stuff has to happen. So let me go over to trying to get rid of that obstructed thing. It's like stuck to my mouse and I can't get rid of it. I guess I'm just stuck. I'm just going to be obstructed forever now. I want to go over to the drug processes here. So cocaine needs to be processed with a farm 3. I can't grow it, so that we're going to bypass that. We need drying rack 2, and then the lab is already good too. We just need a second lab. So all we'll need to build in this case to have this happen is a second lab. You can put that over here somewhere. It doesn't have to be a big deal. So set it over here so it's separate from everything. Although we can always swap it later once we're done, right? That's gonna be better. I think we'll just build it, integrate it into the workflow already, and then we can always swap it out later. We'll build it right here, like that. And then from there, we need to get another drying rack. It'll be drying rack 2, so we can do dried coca. And we're gonna put that right back behind this, and we can tear it down later. Get our road in here, like that. There we go. So we'll be ready to do that. So now the next thing we need to do is we need to find a way to obtain coca and then bring it over here to the drying rack. And we could do that with our village way over here, or I could try to do it with a closer one, which I guess would have been, it really would have been better to have all of this working out, right? We haven't really talked to her in a while. I'm gonna have to talk to her because she had sietas and stuff, didn't she? June 19th, 1987. Red-faced man dabs at his brow and adjusts his eyeglasses. He unfurls a small piece of card and clears his throat. It is my pleasure to announce the host country for the 1994 Football World Cup, Republic of Ojeda. So what's changed? In the present day, the capo towers over the desk of Maria Isabel Carrillo. The mayor wears a looks of wary indignation. Since that day, La Copa Mundial has grown significantly as both a spectacle and a toll. Por eso, the president no longer believes it would be in appropriate use of public resources to host the tournament. The capo affirms his understanding with a nod. It's settled then. What do you mean? El Huevo approaches the door to the mayor's office, but pauses with his hand upon the handle. El Fuego Santo will foot the bill. Interesting. If completed, loyalty will increase a medium amount. Don't care. And the taxi company will become 10% more effective for 3 months. I don't own one. If failed, loyalty will decrease a medium amount, and all laundering buildings will become 10% less effective for a month. I don't really care to do that. Por una vez, I agree with the president. Loyalty will decrease a small amount, and all laundering buildings will become 10% less effective for 1 month. Big deal. It's a small amount, and I can do something about that. I mean, it was going to cost me, it's going to cost me resources to do that. Like, it'll cost me money to foot the bill, obviously. And then I don't really need the loyalty bump, so it's fine. We'll just go ahead and do this. This will take care of that loyalty bump. Bang, back up to having the terror go down faster. Let's have you deliver, right? Like we said before, chicken indefinitely to this building. And our seaport is actually allowing us to have more loyalty when we ship chicken. So all good things. You are going to deliver the money that's in here. That was your route before, and it's going to be your route now to deliver money all the way to the bank over here. That is your role. That's what you do all the time. It's very good. So for 1 month, they are slightly less effective, right? Decreased for 10, like for a month. It's not a big deal. It's fine. And Still waiting for all these things to get built. God. The upgrade for the warehouse is killing me right now. Like, everything is overloaded. One thing at a time nonsense, man. 11 hours left on the residence. Let's speed up time really quick, get that done. Let's make sure I'm not missing anything here. Yeah, liabilities. Money laundering is decreased. Okay, that's fine. I don't need to do anything there. Construct these. Amusement park and salsa club. Deliver the 100 cocaine. Right, so I'm still working on that. So when I get these things up and running, we're going to need a village to buy the coca from. And I'm thinking it'd be really nice if there was a village anywhere in here, but there doesn't appear to be. So one thing we could maybe do is in this town. Nope, that one's full. So unfortunately, it's going to be this building I want to get, right? And look, there's an amusement park and a salsa club in here. So it'll just work. I think that will count as just working for me. I'm gonna have to get another village. I think I can't get another village. This is like really the only one I have that's capable of this. So I guess because you have to have high level to go village 3 anyway. So we're gonna buy a bunch of coca. We're gonna buy like say 250 units of it. There we go. And then what I want to do with that is I'm gonna have my buddy Salvador here. He's going to be on a delivery route that grabs the coca from here and takes it all the way over there. Unless I've got a better person for that. You know, kind of don't need the second slot even being used, right? I got you for this. And your speed is medium, but that just means that you're going to be able to haul more per trip. So I'm actually going to have you do this. We're going to move you over there. And Manolo Velasco is going to take care of that for me. How's my organization looking here? Mark needs a promotion, or at least could get one, but I'm not going to give it to him because it's reserved for Paulina. Obviously. No way I don't put Paulina up here in Sicario. So we have 2 extra slots down here, though. So I'm thinking maybe take a look at that. We've got Rodrigo Chavez. He can deliver things, all good things. He's got Cannabis Cultivator already. I like him. There you go. We got Jose Maria Casadeval. And then there's Baltasar Pascal, a.k.a. Diablo, who is obviously going to be terrorizing people. Yeah, infamous. Somebody like Diablo. Coordinator, that's cool. I like that. Attacking all buildings in a range seems good for our future. I don't quite need him yet, but I like the fact that his terror level is good for a wide range. I like that. And then this guy's also able to use weapons, and he can deliver things. As long as he's not sitting in a city, he's good. So yeah, you're hired too. All right, good. So we can start by getting the cannabis cultivator to get into a range to affect cannabis growth. We'll do that here. All right, now, it doesn't really do us much good to cultivate more cannabis if they're going to be full anyway, right? So we still need to move the product out of these fields faster than we currently are in order for that to matter. And these warehouses, even though there are 3 of them at level 3 right now, they just aren't getting product to the dryers as fast as I'd like. We've really got to get more product out of here. So I'm going to upgrade this one too, so it can help. And while that's going, just make sure all this stuff is actually going to. Yeah, the warehouse is back operational. Good. And we're using coffee here. We're going to package it into coffee even though we don't have any available. But I'm wondering if that transport company is going to start doing that job, right? Because it's supposed to be receiving coffee here and then sending coffee over to that warehouse, but it doesn't look like it's going to do that. Yeah, it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So we're going to take that off the list. I might go ahead and maybe get... You know what? Honestly, let's have Baltazar try this. Is there any way to get dried cannabis... Not dried cannabis. Coffee. I want you to go to one of these warehouses that has a ton of coffee in it right here. I want you to move to this warehouse. It's got a ton of coffee in it. Okay. And you're going to move to deliver coffee. Let's have 110 units of it delivered over to this warehouse. All right. So this drying rack's ready to go. Right. We're ready to rock and roll here with this. We can package up everything in coffee as much as we can. And then as soon as all that's done, just to try to alleviate how much coffee's in this area, we can then switch it to running it with avocados instead. Now, I need you to not have any of these items. What I really need you to do is to have the coffee containers and avocado containers hooked up for you. And then I don't need anything else, really. It's just those things. So all this extra stuff, I need to move that over into here too. But we are now actually making meth, and we can go ahead and sell that now too. So this transport company needs to be hooked up to here as well. And then River Pier 3 is nearly completed. I believe that's the current research. It's almost done. I'm going to turn this warehouse on as well, so it can start doing things it needs to do. There we go. Let's get a road from here direct through like that, and then also have you connect there. They'll start using this road now too. Okay, your export connections should be there, and then I'm also going to have you exporting to the border there, and then having you export also to... You know what? Let's send it to the seaport. I'm fine with that. Send you out to the seaport too. Okay. I think we got everything we need here. So we're still selling chicken over there. That's going to help our loyalty. We got loyalty happening over here too. We have reduced upkeep, sinking costs. Very nice. And we could probably get this ferry station on if we can capture another one. Like over here in this area. Is there a reason to do that though? You gotta go through a town to get stuff from this village. But I'm thinking if we were to capture... If we were... These guys are the strong guys though, aren't they? Yeah. I was gonna say, if we could capture this river pier, or the ferry station, sorry, then we could transfer coca from this. It'd be way faster because then it would just bring that coca all the way and drop it off. No, it would drop it off in here. And we move it that way. Yeah. All right. Let's actually go back to the city. I want you to deliver the coca in infinite quantities because we'll probably keep buying it from there for a while. You're going to deliver that to this warehouse so it can be distributed. And then this warehouse is going to now allow coca to be there as well as dried coca. So dried coca will get propped into here and then it will get processed and brought to the workshop where we can then switch this temporarily, or I can just make another workshop and then tear it down later. I just need to deliver 100 of that and then I don't care about that product anymore. So I'm kind of trying to just leverage my existing buildings. It does look like I'm filling up on coffee quite a bit here. Okay, hold on. Methamphetamine. I hear police. What did the police just do? What did the police just do? Police shouldn't have done anything for me. I don't have my... Terror's not up. They should be leaving me alone. It's over here. Confiscation is happening. Coffee. We're exporting too much coffee here. Let's cancel coffee exports to that side and keep it going there. Also turn on avocados here too. And then on this side, you should be having all of the products. Yep. Very good. Okay. And then, do you have any coca yet? Haven't seen any. I think we're going to go ahead and maybe have you just move back over here. I don't need you to deliver any more coffee. This has enough of it already. It's already delivered 54 to this building. So once we're out of coffee here, we switch to avocados. And there's already avocados grown here. That's nice. We'll have avocados be allowed in this building too. They'll go ahead and take it out of the farms. And then you are going to deliver to the river pier. I think that's the only connection I really care for you. Maybe we can go to the aerodrome too, I suppose. Have this be an asphalt road to there. Okay. What's going on, Nahiga? No tiene sentido. We have more produce leaving our suppliers than we have arriving in our warehouses. Somebody's stealing stuff, huh? Nahiga Wilson's hands fidget behind his back. We have our theories. Bumpy dirt roads. Rats. Capo peers over the cluster of inventory documents. Rateros, you mean? Just a few disgruntled warehouse workers. Opportunists, nothing more. They will be dismissed swiftly. No. I want to pay them? Why pay them? I want them made an example of. Terror will increase by a medium amount and receive 19 units of opium. That's not useless to me. Let them be. Some part of goods into warehouses will be lost for 21 days. I'll just pay them 1,000 legal money. It's $1,000. No big deal. $1,000. Pardon? Who's to say those who take their place won't also steal from us. If a dog steals from your hand, lugarteniente, this lieutenant, deputy, whatever you want to call it, you aren't feeding it enough. Por eso, let's address this problem at the source. As you wish, Capo. I'm just going to give them $1,000. That doesn't sound very... It doesn't sound like something gangsters would be doing, right? I guess. Doesn't sound like something a giant drug cartel would be doing, but... all I know of drug cartels is what I see in the movies, so it's not like I have any expertise in that regard. All right, are we balanced here? I mean, it kind of looks like it, right? It almost looks like maybe we could use another lab. Lab 2, perhaps. Right here? Yeah. To process the stuff. Let's go like this for a second and see if we can't just start processing this for a while. When we start switching things to dried coca and everything, then we'll talk then. At the moment, we don't even have any of that in the warehouse. Really not sure what's going on with this. I hope that overlay gets fixed. Where's my buddy? There he is. It takes a while to get here, didn't it? He's gonna bring it into that warehouse. There we go. Oh, wait. Where are you taking that? Are you bringing it over here? No. Oh, you're bringing it to the... Okay, that's fine. Yeah, it's okay. So you have it in here. So what we need now, it's already been brought to the drying rack. So we'll just need to switch at this point to get it. Yeah, no big deal. Okay, so I'm going to temporarily switch this workshop now to workshop 2. I'm going to switch it to the cocaine. We have this lab, which has been processing meth, and that's great. But we're going to switch this also to cocaine so that it will now use the hydrochloric acid it has to start producing what we need for this workshop now. I need to get the quest done in Monteleone so I can start moving on in the main story, because it did say that the main story should take 10 to 15 hours, and because I slow played it, it's gonna take a little bit longer than that, I guess. Now we also have a ton of buildings that are just overloaded in here, so I probably need to look at that too. It's looking to me like it's all because they aren't receiving their money. A lot of these buildings aren't receiving their cash, and it's because our residences are now depleted of all their legal money. We've washed all of it. And so this is the part where I kind of go in and just say, okay, everything's managed with legal money for a while because we just don't have the cash to distribute. We've been washing it too well. So in order to have the cash to distribute, you've got to make more money. You have to make more money. So we're washing faster than we're making it, right? So this checkpoint right now, sauces will increase the loyalty, which is nice, but they're confiscating coffee, which is a pretty major thing that we've been exporting. So now we're going to start seeing the Aerodrome probably get a little bit busier. We do have Aerodrome 3 now. And the current research is working on getting a better residence. But because we have Aerodrome 3, that's the final level. Anything that's level 3, we can start looking at maybe making it cheaper and making the storage bigger and things like that, right? So we can also look at maybe getting Transport Company 3 added to the list, I think, too. And maybe we'll add the next drying rack there, and then we'll go next to the lab, and then there's the chemical plant. We can add that to the queue, right? So just start queuing up everything, right, that we want to have. And we don't have anything that's tier 3 other than, at the moment anyway, other than warehouses. So we can do, it's through here. Yeah. So fulfillment center increases the radius, and then we need more storage. We want more trucks. We want less costs, and we want up here too with the transport company as well. So we'll get that going, more trucks, and we'll just basically get all of our logistics prepaid for in the research tier. We're just gonna have a ton of research going in, and it's still nearly $1 million in legal cash. So if I want all this stuff to keep running, to keep operational, I'm gonna have to pay more for upkeep, but I'm gonna turn it back on to legal money for a little while just so that I can have things operating, because I'm washing faster than I'm bringing it in. So I definitely need all this stuff to be working like constantly. I don't want to have any issues with that. Let's turn that back on too. So stuff should start running. It's all very full. We're just going to need more trucks to move it out of here. More points to move it out of here. Okay, so with the terror getting very close to hitting me, I'm probably gonna start having police problems in a little bit. I want to buy that we have all coca, no chicken. Let's real quick check You're confiscating avocados, so I've disabled that. We're basically just shipping chicken and chicken only at the moment. And right now, dog food increases our loyalty. So that's what we want to switch this to. We're going to switch over to... Oh, we can't make dog food. We can't buy dog food. Oh, I thought we could buy dog food. All right, well, we'll buy spice instead then. We'll buy like a whole bunch of it. 300 units ought to do it. And then we'll deliver all the spice. We'll let the spice flow through that point right there. Next thing to look at is my organization, right? Got promotions. We want to promote Paulina. We're going to give her two extra power. It's going to make her zealous for us. We can also start getting other people promoted then too. He's down to loyal. He's down to dedicated. And we don't really get any benefits for either of these guys that matter. Polka cultivator, whatever. It's not until we start getting maybe the harvest manager or another cannabis cultivator. My God. We're going to need so many more trucks to deal with that kind of crime. That kind of cannabis production is insane, actually. If I just stack all those guys together, we'll be basically every plantation will be operating at greater production than 2 plantations. It would be sick because I have 3 of these guys that are going to raise it 30%. And if it's stacking, then I'm assuming it goes to 30% and then 30% of the actually, you know, it probably goes to from the base value. So I suppose it would be almost double production as opposed to 30% and then 30% of the new number and 30% of the new, like, it's not exponential, I don't think. So probably just on the base value. Either way though, I think if I have to choose one of them to be promoted, I suppose I don't have to, but if I had to, I would probably want to wait for Pascal to get there. But you don't give me anything of value really, so I'm gonna actually take and promote you. So extra power for us to move around with. I guess that's fine. And now we have room for one more person. If we wanted to have someone else join our ranks, we have room for one more person. We could go with Sophia's got Peacemaker, and she can deliver things, and she has Truck Supplier. I need Truck Supplier so bad, man. And then this guy just gets... Zorro just gets stronger and stronger as you go, but he also has Truck Supplier too. Yeah, definitely, right? Truck Supplier, friend of the natives. I like Sophia. Get Sophia in our organization too. And I want to get her experience too, but since she has Peacemaker, we can get her into town. So we'll go ahead and move you there. I moved Wagner over here so he could start moving some product around for me at the time. But you can see he's disaffected. So he's kind of getting irritable about the fact that he's not getting promoted and things anymore. He's maxed out as Sicario, right? He's not getting to this zone. There's no room for him to get upgraded. Roberto was actually starting to get a little disloyal too. I had to up his upkeep. He's now making nearly $1,000 every 18 hours. Like, imagine making $1,000 a day. That's Roberto. So that's, I mean, I guess in this world it's probably not that much, right? But it seems pretty good to me, I think. Okay, so am I getting the code? Are we able to make this? I don't even think I need to package it, right? It's just the cocaine. I don't have to package it. So the workshop is not needed here. I can go back to doing this with the workshop. It's just the cocaine that needs made. And then we just have it stored in the workshop. Or sorry, in the warehouse. We just have it stored in the warehouse. And then we can take it to the town. Once it's like up to 100 units, we just take it to town, right? Sounds better. Just double checking, making sure that's going to work here. So deliver cocaine, 6 units to the town. Just see this number go to 6. Yeah, all right. That does work. We don't actually need to bring it through the workshop. We'll get both of you guys in town. Should help our loyalty stay up where it needs to be. And so I'm going to call the video here, I think. I think this is a good spot to stop it. We've expanded into 2 new products technically, but I'm really only focusing on the one. You know, cocaine is temporary. Methamphetamines is where I'm actually producing and moving things up. I do need to go through this, and I think it takes a little bit more of methodical, like crunching numbers and just looking at buildings. So I don't really want to spend a ton of time doing that in videos. So between this video and the next, I'm going to take and evaluate why all of these buildings are now full, because they never used to be that way. And then when we come back for the next one, I'll probably have several different buildings reconfigured, several different things placed, and try to balance everything out so that it's running smoothly. And in the meantime, I'm also, while that's happening, I'm going to be bringing this cocaine into the city here so we can take this town, okay? We'll pick up the next one when I've got enough resources, I think, to go ahead and take Monteleone so we can continue the story next time, okay? Thanks for watching. I appreciate you. I really hope you have a wonderful day. And if you're playing Cartel Tycoon today, I hope you're enjoying it. What do you think of it? Let me know in their comments. What do you think of it? The giveaway keys and stuff from the first video, I'm announcing those winners. I'm not going to announce the winners, but I'm just going to comment and reply to your comment right on the first video. So check your notifications. Maybe you've won. And then remember, you need to be in our Discord server in order to claim your prize. Okay? You have to DM me on Discord to prove prove that you're the YouTube account. So what I recommend doing always is connecting YouTube to Discord so that in your Discord profile it does say what your YouTube account is. That helps me verify that you are who you say you are. Otherwise, I'm going to have you verify it anyway. So there's a process of doing that. So make sure you have that if you want to win. And then I only do it through Discord because it gives me a better, easier way to track it. And also it completely removes all risk of bots and like fake me's, right, being in the comment section saying you've won, click me, and then get scammed, right? Because it's not actually me. It removes that entire risk. It's only on Discord. That's the only place I do it. So if you ever get a comment saying you've won and that you need to click a link or go to WhatsApp or anything like that, completely ignore that and report that because it is not me. I will never do that. Okay? Take it easy. We'll see ya. Bye-bye.